Welcome to my channel. Subscribe, listen and enjoy my stories every day. The sun filters through the open blinds, casting long shadows across the hospital room where I lie, a stark reminder of the world moving outside my static life. My wife, Anna, sits beside me, her hand clasping mine, a constant presence in the haze of my slowly recovering mind. "Morning, love," she whispers, a soft smile on her face that doesn't quite reach her eyes. I try to return the smile, but my face feels stiff, foreign. "Morning," I manage, my voice gravelly. The words feel alien on my tongue, as if I'm hearing someone else speak. Anna squeezes my hand gently. "You look a bit more yourself today," she says, hope threading through her tone. I nod, though I'm not quite sure what myself even means anymore. The accident, a blur of screeching tires and shattering glass, left a void in my memories. Doctors speak in soft, clinical tones about traumatic brain injury and recovery prospects. They tell me it's a miracle I'm alive, but each day I wake up feeling like a part of me has been left behind on that rain-slick road. "You were talking in your sleep last night," Anna continues, brushing a lock of hair from my forehead. "Do you remember any of your dreams?" "Bits and pieces," I reply. "Flashes of anger, maybe. And you, always you." Her smile falters, just for a moment, but I catch the flicker of something unreadable in her expression before she masks it with concern. "It's normal," the doctor said. "Dreams can be more vivid after such incidents." I want to believe her, to let her soothing presence calm the storm inside me, but discomfort gnaws at my gut. The disjointed memories, the vivid dreams of shouting and betrayal, they cling to me, refusing to be dismissed. "Hey, do you need anything? Maybe a new book or your favorite music?" Anna asks, breaking into my spiraling thoughts. "Actually, could you bring my laptop tomorrow? I think it might help jog my memory, or at least pass the time," I suggest, grasping for normalcy. "Of course, anything you need," she says, her voice laced with relief. The next day, Anna brings my laptop, her face brightening as she hands it to me. "I charged it for you. Maybe you can look through our photos, remember the good times." Grateful, I nod and wait for her to step out for her usual coffee run before I power it on. The familiar login screen greets me, and a sense of autonomy stirs within me as I navigate through old emails and documents, searching for anything familiar. It's a video file that catches my attention, labeled simply with a date, 1 week before the accident. Curiosity piqued, I click play. The video shakes, clearly taken without the subject's knowledge. My own voice, tense and angry, fills the room. "Is that what you call working late?" The camera pans to show Anna, her face shocked and guilty, with a man I recognize as her coworker, their posture too close, too intimate. I pause the video, my heart hammering in my chest. The memories flood back, the confrontation, the heartbreak, the drive in the rain as tears blurred my vision. When Anna returns, she finds me staring at the paused image, my expression unreadable. "Michael, what's wrong?" she asks, her voice trembling with concern, "or is it fear?" "I remember, Anna," I say, my voice steady despite the chaos inside me. "I remember everything." Her face pales, and the room fills with a heavy silence, a prelude to the storm that is about to break. Anna stands frozen by the door, her face a mask of shock that slowly morphs into despair as she realizes the depth of my recollection. "Michael, I..." "Save it," I interrupt, my voice cold, the laptop still open between us like a chasm. "How long?" She hesitates, then sinks into the chair opposite me, her hands trembling. "It started a few months ago. I was lonely, you were always busy with work, and Jeff, he was there." Her voice is a whisper, a stark contrast to the storm raging in my heart. "Lonely?" I echo, bitterness seeping into my tone. "And that justifies it?" "No, it doesn't," she admits, her eyes welling up. "I made a mistake. I wanted to tell you, but then the accident, and everything changed. Changed? I scoff. You mean you thought you'd never have to face it? We're interrupted by a knock on the door. It swings open to reveal Dr. Ellis, my primary neurologist, accompanied by a nurse. His brow furrows as he takes in the tense scene. Is everything okay here? Dr. Ellis asks, his voice filled with concern. I close the laptop, my anger simmering. We were just finishing up. Anna stands, wiping her eyes, trying to compose herself. I'll be outside if you need me, she murmurs, not meeting my or the doctor's gaze as she exits. Dr. Ellis watches her leave, then turns to me, his expression serious. Michael, it's important to keep stress levels low. Your recovery must be the priority. I understand, doctor, I reply, the weight of my restored memories pressing down on me. But I can't just ignore what I've learned. He nods, sympathetic yet professional. I'll arrange for a therapist to speak with you, someone you can talk through this with. Thank you, I say, though the thought of discussing my feelings seems like a drop in the ocean of my discontent. After Dr. Ellis leaves, I'm left alone with my thoughts until a new visitor arrives. Mark, my best friend and confidant, steps in, his expression one of concern. Heard you got your memories back, he says, closing the door behind him. Yeah, more than I wished for, I mutter, running a hand through my hair. Mark sits beside me, his demeanor serious. What are you going to do? I shake my head, lost. I don't know, Mark. It's all a mess. She says it was a mistake. But how do you just forgive something like that? It's not about forgiveness right now, it's about what you need to heal, Mark advises. Maybe space is the best thing for both of you. Space. The word echoes in my mind. I had given her space, and she filled it with deceit. I want her out, I say suddenly, the words feeling right as they leave my lips. Out of the house. I need to think without her around. Mark nods, understanding my need. I'll help however I can. Can you? I ask, the idea forming quickly. Can you make sure she leaves? He doesn't hesitate. Consider it done. I'll talk to her. You just focus on getting better. As Mark leaves to handle the unpleasant task, I'm left with a mix of relief and sorrow. The future is uncertain, my heart is broken, but at least now I'm beginning to take control of my life again, one painful step at a time. The path to recovery, both physical and emotional, promises to be long and fraught with challenges, but I am ready to face them, armed with the truth and surrounded by those who truly have my best interests at heart. The hospital room feels colder, emptier, after Mark's departure. I sit alone, grappling with the silence that follows the upheaval. My thoughts are interrupted by the quiet buzz of my phone. It's a text from Mark. Mark, done. She's packing up. Said she'll stay at her sister's. A part of me clenches, knowing Anna is out there alone, but another, harsher part is relieved. This space is what I need, what we need if there's ever a chance to sift through the rubble of our marriage. Just as I'm about to lock my phone, another message pops up. Anna, Michael, please, can we talk before I go? I hesitate. Every fiber in me screams to refuse, to cut this off cleanly, but another part, perhaps the part that still remembers the good times, urges me to face her, if only to understand why. Meet me in the hospital garden. 30 minutes. Preparing myself isn't easy, the anger, the betrayal, it all swirls inside me like a storm. Yet, as I will myself down to the garden, I feel a certain steadiness. This isn't about reconciliation but resolution. Anna is already there, seated on a bench under the old oak, her eyes red-rimmed. She stands abruptly when she sees me, taking a tentative step forward. Michael, thank you for meeting me, she starts, her voice shaky. I'm not here for pleasantries, Anna. Why? I ask bluntly, cutting through any pretense. She takes a deep breath. I felt abandoned, Michael. You were so absorbed with work, and I was just there. Jeff was a mistake. He was just there when I was at my lowest. And that justifies it. My voice rises slightly, echoing off the stone pathway. No, it was stupid and selfish, she admits, wringing her hands nervously. I've lost you, haven't I? I don't know what's left to salvage, I confess, the words heavy on my tongue. Would you consider? I mean, could we try counseling? If not for us, maybe just to end on better terms, she pleads, a flicker of hope lighting her eyes. I ponder her words. Part of me yearns for the simpler times, for the love we once shared, but another part resists, fortified by betrayal. Maybe. I need time to think, Anna. Without you around, I state firmly. I understand, she replies softly, tears streaming down her cheeks. I'll give you all the time you need. As she walks away, a piece of my heart wrenches with her every step, yet a newfound resolve steadies my pulse. This space is necessary, both to heal and to decide the path forward. Back in my room, I notice an envelope on the floor, likely dropped during Anna's last visit. I open it to find a letter from my lawyer about the house and other legal matters. It's a stark reminder that there are practicalities to address beyond the emotional chaos. The next steps are clear. Legal separations, therapy sessions, and a long road to recovery. But I am ready. For the first time since the accident, I feel in control of my destiny, not driven by the past or by accident, but by a clear, albeit painful, new beginning. As the sun sets over the hospital, casting long shadows through the window, the path forward is daunting yet necessary. I know this journey will be arduous and the outcomes uncertain. Yet, the fight for my own restoration, much like the setting sun, promises a new light after the darkest of nights. Weeks have passed since I last saw Anna. Each day brings its own challenges, but my resolve to find peace strengthens with every sunrise. My sessions with the therapist have been fruitful, digging through the layers of betrayal to find the core of my own identity again. Yet, the legal proceedings are a constant reminder of the impending finality of my marriage. Today is different. I have been called to my lawyer's office for what is supposed to be a routine signing of papers. The office is quiet, the air thick with the finality of countless divorces settled within these walls. My lawyer, Mr. Hansen, greets me with a somber nod. Michael, before you sign anything, there's something you need to see, he says, handing me a manila envelope. Puzzled, I open it to find a series of photographs and documents. They're surveillance photos of Anna and Jeff, but not in the compromising positions I expected. Instead, they are arguing, visibly upset. Confused, I look up at Mr. Hansen for answers. These were taken over the last few weeks. It seems there's more to your wife's relationship with Jeff than we assumed, he explains. What are you saying? I ask, my heart pounding with a mix of dread and anger. It appears that Jeff was blackmailing Anna. We don't know all the details, but it seems she ended things after your accident, and he threatened to hurt you if she didn't continue the relationship, Mr. Hansen reveals. The room spins as I process his words. Anna, blackmailed? My anger, once a raging inferno, flickers with confusion and then shifts toward something else, guilt. I need to see her, I state abruptly, standing up. I need to know the truth from her. Arranging the meeting isn't hard. Anna agrees to see me at the same park where we first decided to marry, a place now heavy with the irony of our current predicament. She's already there when I arrive, looking fragile, a stark contrast to the strong, vibrant woman I married. We sit on a bench, the autumn leaves around us a fiery testament to change. Michael, I'm so sorry. I wanted to tell you everything, but Jeff threatened to come after you if I did. After the accident, I was scared I'd lose you forever, she starts, her voice a whisper carried away by the wind. Why didn't you trust me to handle it? To protect us? I ask, the hurt clear in my voice. I thought I was protecting you, she replies, tears streaming down her face. I thought I could handle it. We sit in silence, the gap between us wider than ever. The revelations turn over in my mind, but the betrayal, though nuanced now, still stings. Where do we go from here? She asks, a note of desperation in her tone. I ponder her question, the weight of everything we've been through anchoring my decision. Anna, I can't. I can't go back to how things were. Too much has happened, and maybe we've both changed too much, I say slowly, the decision painful yet clear. She nods, understanding yet devastated. I'll always love you, Michael. I hope one day you can forgive me, even if we're not together. We part then, the finality of the moment encapsulating the end of our journey together. She walks one way, and I the other, our paths diverging as distinctly as the fall paths beneath our feet. Months later, as I continue to rebuild my life, the lessons of trust and betrayal, love and loss, resonate deeply. Anna's actions, though misguided, had stemmed from a place of desperation and fear, not malice. And as I forge ahead, the clarity of my decisions guides me towards a future where I am whole again, not defined by the shadows of the past. In the end, the truth did set us free, in ways more profound and painful than I could have ever anticipated.